Your company, DSM, originally was even being believed as the national mining company.
True.
But now it has turned itself into a biotech company. True. Or bionutrition company. Many would wonder how much pain and challenges it went through in order to be where it is today. You were personally participating in some of the most important turn and twists of the company itself. Tell us about what happened then. Probably that could help us to understand what can be the way approach with our own change.
Well, the history of Royal DSM might sound familiar for many Chinese, because over 100 years ago we started as a coal mining company, a traditional industry and traditional company. And after 45, 50 years doing coal mining after the Second World War, we thought, is the future of our company in coal mining, or will we switch to new energies in Europe? Gas was found, oil was found, and also gas in the Netherlands. And we said the future maybe is not in coal mining. So we changed the company and used the gas coming from the cokes from the coal to change our company to a chemical company. And we became a bulk chemical company. Later on, the last 15, 20 years, and I was instrumental in doing that, we said, a bulk chemical company, will that be the future? And we said, no, the world is changing again, let's make it to a life sciences and material science company, which we are today, the largest food ingredient manufacturer in the world, large in new energies, etc.
But the question is, when did those questions come up to the mind of the managers?
Most companies start to transform too late, when the problems are really hitting the face. And then people think, okay, we need to change. Then it is too late, because the business you want to sell and you need that money to buy new businesses is worth nothing if you do it too late. So we did do it on time, and taking a long-term view whether the business we were in are in a longer run sunset business, which go down, or sunrise businesses. And we made this sunset, sunrise business analysis. And on time, we divested business and acquired.
Yeah, but you know, Feike, but that sounds really easy, logically, but it's not easy. So let me ask you some specifics. The direction of the company at the time when you decided on it, how much does it have to do with your own personal background? I know you are a biotech background yourself, but you know, how would you decide on it and convince everybody else to be on the same page with you?
No, true, because you need to make the analysis like we did and like Chinese companies will do. But then comes the hard stuff about the leadership and about yourself. Realize that in every company, also in ours, the top management has been growing and developing in the old businesses. Apparently the top management was good in the old businesses, therefore they have been growing in the company. Right. And now that same top management need to change and to be good in the new businesses. The most difficult is that people say, are you going to stop? Are you going to divest the things with I put my personal life, former board members, former directors, employees, etc. And people don't like that. And you need to say yes. Yes, are you going to stop with what I put my life into that? The answer is yes, we are going to do that, but we do it respectful. We do it with the right things.
What do you mean by respectful?
If we fire people, we will do it with the right financial package. We will not divest over time. All the divestments we did, we announced it a year, 2 years before we really divested it. We, for example, set up also a separate company with the people we will fire. We will put in that company, and the only purpose in that company was to find new jobs for them at other companies or in our company or somewhere else. And we guided the people towards new jobs. Those kind of measures got, how can I say, a little bit trust of our own people. They don't do it silently, they do it together with us, they take us with. So I think the trick is to take the people with you, but still to dare to bite the bullet.
But how can you also confident as a manager yourself about the directions, because this is, as you said, very innovative society these days. Yeah. And the industry you're in, biotech and bionutrition, even more. So how can you be confident about your own decisions for all of these people that you're responsible for?
Well, if you change a company and divest businesses, stop and acquire new businesses, are you 100% sure that that is the right direction?
You cannot. Right?
It does not exist in life. Do I, in that change process, have sometimes doubts about myself or the decisions? Of course I had doubts sometimes. Is it right to do this? Is it right to do that? Because there is no booklet with a guaranteed success. So running an enterprise is taking risks also. And at a certain moment I'm convinced it's the right direction and we go for it. How do I develop the right direction? Traveling a lot, speaking with a lot of people. And I think you need to be open-minded. Those companies who did not change on time were looking inward. Take the famous example, which is known everywhere, Kodak, which continued to make films where the whole photo industry became digitalized. If you only look internally, you think you are the best, and you look internally further and you are convinced. If you have open-minded, open the windows, look outside, not only open the windows, but step out even the building and operate in the field. And I have been traveling so much, talking with people, and they give me insights, and then I learn, I combine things, and I said, hey, the world around is changing, we need to adapt.
Right.
The difficulty with changing, and I found it myself also, is you need to lift anchors, which are really anchored in the company. You need to lift that, which is dangerous because people like certainty, me too, all people, and to make new anchors. The only thing is, if you want to move, if you lift an anchor, you need to have a little while no anchor and then to have a new anchor.
Right, that was a very dangerous period of time.
Exactly. If you immediately put your new anchor because you lift the old anchor, then you don't move the ship. So the ship can only move if you lift anchors and have for a while maybe no anchor. Is that uncertainty? Gives that doubts about yourself, doubts in the people, discussion in the companies, changing leadership? Yes. It's the only way at the end to success, because you need to take those risks.
I'm very curious about those no anchoring days for you. Who are you going to communicate with?
I'm an extrovert person. I need to interact with people. My wife can confirm that many of those decisions I took in our garden by walking around in our garden and phoning with people. And then I phoned with people and said, we should do this, we should do this, is that true? And then people said, yes, this is the right direction. Then I called the next person and said, is that wise? Said, no, that's not wise, be careful here. And then I collect my information by interacting with people, circling around in our garden. And then at a certain moment I make up my mind and said, listen, we do it and we go for it. And then I walk in the house and say to my wife, I think I know it. And we communicate.
Well, that's an important garden to visit, I guess. So such a pleasure to have you, Feike, on CCTV News. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.